Alright guys, I'm a little excited for this project. I have got a little starter project going because I didn't want to waste your time dragging stuff out. Um, but I'm going to have a bad guy bat bouncing off the walls, maybe flying around kind of randomly. I'm going to have a basketball that I shoot at the bat to kill it. And my guy is the wizard. We're going to start off basic and simple, no clones involved, and then hopefully you get an idea and like halfway through you're like, this would be cooler with clones. Alright, so let's do it. Right arrow, left arrow. This is the most basic form of what do you call it? Of movement, and it's horrible. Okay, I want to explain to you real quick why left and right like this is bad. When right arrow's pressed, do this. When left arrow's pressed, change x and y by -10. I mean, the movement's good, but there's a brief pause, and this is when Mario gets crushed. Okay, if when you move left and right, if Mario had to pause for half a second, then the boulder would fall down and kill him. You got to move faster, okay? So let me explain why this works. Windows has a repeat function that when you hold down a letter like O, it pauses for a sec before it repeats, and this is actually set in Windows. You can adjust the amount of time. Maybe people who are a little mobility impaired or have slower fingers, they can't get off fast enough. Maybe your grandma or somebody does this, that they always accidentally hit more letters than they intend. They can actually change that setting in Windows, but that's what causes this right and left arrow to repeat when you hold it down. Okay, this is not the best way to do it, so I'm going to throw these in the garbage and I'm going to pull up the better way. Okay, this is the smooth Mario Brothers movement we were looking for. Okay, so I should just right click and clean up. That's what I should do, and it stacks it all. Okay, so when a right arrow is pressed, I am going to change x by 10, left arrow and change x by -10. I'm going to hit. And notice that when I hit the arrow keys now, it doesn't move. You have to hit play for this one to work, but super smooth, okay? Now, I want you to kind of choose your character, choose your projectile, and choose your bad guy. And we are going to shoot, okay? Now, I could have the space bar shoot the basketball here, but when I shoot the basketball, who needs to move? Well, the basketball does. Okay, or whatever your projectile is. It could be a lightning bolt or whatever you found. So the problem is the wizard can't move the basketball, right? So how would the wizard talk to the basketball? With the broadcast. Broadcast a message called shoot. Okay, and you can actually right-click on message names to rename them. Not over here, but only in here when they're dragged out. Show senders, receivers, clear senders, receivers. Pretty cool. But I'm not going to broadcast. I'm going to just leave it. Well, what the heck? Yeah, we'll leave it on the basketball. Just when I'm pressed here, you shoot, okay? Now I want you to pause for a sec and think. The wizard could move left and right. The bat, let's make the bat bounce off the walls, I guess. We'll start with just left and right movement, move some steps forever, and do what? When I hit the wall, bounce. Okay, now we got us a game. We got us a game going. Boom. Oh, it goes upside down. Let's lock that rotation style. Right now he can rotate 360 degrees, which is kind of cool for a bat, and later on we're going to use that. But for now, let's lock it left and right. In a minute we'll come back, and I should, gosh, you quit moving, buddy. Just lock him to 90 degrees. And you know, it's easier just to have him point in the direction 90 degrees when he starts, so you don't have to mess with that arrow. Okay, and hey, go back up top, buddy. In a second, he'll move up and down and all that. And so will my guy, actually. But let's start off easy, okay? All right, so I got my little shooter guy. The most interesting thing here is the shooting, right? We've never done projectiles or bullets or whatever before. I want you to pause for a second and think what, and this space is okay, because you're not gonna be able to shoot a ton, but I just said that we should do a forever if. So what the heck, let's do it. Forever if space bar is pressed, then we'll shoot, okay? What does this look like? What does it look like? And I think, oh gosh, I always do that. I think it's kind of hard to see this right now, in the shoot. I'm going to keep the shoot simple for now and just leave it at when the space bar is pressed. Okay. Well, what needs to happen? The ball needs to shoot up. Okay, now you need to break that down into steps. Your job as a programmer is to take a complicated behavior like shooting projectiles or shooting bullets and break it into steps, okay? Pause the video, go get your project to this point, and see if you can get the ball to shoot. When or if you get stuck, you can unpause and see how to shoot. But basically what I want is I want the ball to shoot from the wizard, right? Yeah, not wherever it is right now, and not from random spots. Okay, make it look real, like a Space Invaders game if you've ever seen that. So pause, and we'll see you in a little bit. Welcome back. I hope you have a shooting projectile, or at least something like it. Okay, so I'm going to break this down into steps. You might let's do it wrong first. I always like to do things wrong. You could point in direction and move steps, but since this is around basketball, we're just going to change X's and Y's, okay? Well, which way's up and down? That's the Y-axis. Am I going to change it by 300 and have it do that? Well, if I did that, it would shoot up to the top instantly. I want it to gradually move its way up, and in Scratch, that's a repeat. Change it by a little amount. So if I want it, let's see how far it is from the bottom, from negative. Let's go about from his belly, or maybe from his wand. Yeah, it should be from his wand, huh? No, it'll be from his belly. From negative 140 to up to all the way to the top, right? To 180. 140 plus 180, that's 3, 8, 9, 10, 11, 320. 320, does that sound right? So we need to go 320. Well, I like this 10. It's easy to multiply. What times 10 equals 320? That's right, Mr. Grammar, it's that, okay? So check that out. Pew! The problem is when I shoot again, it tries to fly up even more, and it hits the top. It can't go anymore, okay? So that's our first part that, hey, we kind of got it working. But how do I finish this off? What should it do before it flies up? Well, it should go to, and if you try to do this, go to X, Y, what's going to happen? Bang! Oh, that was awesome. And now I hit, hey, wait a minute, it's going from there. That kind of sucked. Okay, so let's throw this away. I don't want to go to X, Y, I want to go to Harry. And just so you know, go-tos are based on the center point of the costumes. So when I say have the ball go to the wizard, it's the center point of the ball goes to the center point of the wizard. Okay, those two line up. The numbers, their XY coordinates are the same, and then the ball starts moving. Okay, so let's try that. Pew, pew. Okay. Now, I got something going on here. Space key press, go to wizard, repeat. Yeah, I can't interrupt that, which is probably good, but what if I want... Okay, so, sorry, we should celebrate. Yay! Let's have the bat die. I was jumping ahead too quick. The bat, well, where would you put this? Would you put, we're going to be basketball touching bat. Are you going to put that in the basketball or the bat? Well, it depends. You might think it doesn't matter at first, and right now it doesn't. But if I duplicate and have like 10 or 20 bats, is it going to be, what's going to be different? If I put this in the sensing, touching, bat 2, and then remember, green flag clicked, forever if, that's the guts of most Scratch games. Forever if, touching bat 2, we'll do what? Let's make a score variable. And we're going to change the score by 1. We got a bat. Let's do it. Barrel, barrel. I'm bad at this. Got him. And check that out. I got 4 points for hitting him once and 6 points again. The problem is, oh gosh, this is bad. Okay, and then I got 3 points for that. So here's what happens. Whenever the ball touches the bat, it gives points for the whole time, okay? How do I prevent the bat from giving me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, all those points so fast? Can you see something here? Yeah, it's the wait, okay? So give me a point and then wait. Don't sense again immediately, okay? And you can tweak that number. 94, 95, 96, every time the bat crosses, okay? And the bat should disappear, right? The ball can't make the bat disappear, so you have to broadcast the message, bat dies or whatever. Now check this out. If I start duplicating bats and get bat 3, bat 4, bat 5, I'm going to have to go in here and, hey, forever touching bat 2, oh crap. Or, where's my green ors? Or touching bat 3, or touching bat 4, or touching bat 5. And I'd have to broadcast a message to that bat. So broadcast a message for bat 1, bat 2 hit, bat 3 hit, bat 4 hit. That is a ton of work, okay? So let's drag this over to the bat and throw it away. So I copied it to bat 2, and let's delete bat 3 and bat 4 right now. And check this out. This is going to be a lot easier. Forever if touching, not yourself, bat 2, but the evil basketball. Change the score, wait, and what can we do to this bat? Well, we can hide it, okay? So if touching basketball, change the score, hide it, and wait. Okay. Now, let's try it. I wish I was a better shot. Got him. 1,000. And check out my score. I just started the game again. My score is still 97. You should probably babysit your score maybe on the main player, and you should set the score to 0 when the game starts. Either here, some people like to put all their sprites on, their scripts on one thing. Some people like to have, you know, initialization scripts separated from the shooting scripts and the movement scripts. Whatever you think's easier. But here we go. Bang, bang. And oh, the bat hid once, and he never showed it himself. So that needs, you know, when it starts, point your direction, show, move, forever. Bang. Oh, yeah, I got it. Now, we wait a second, and we don't get extra points, but the bat hid, actually. Check this out. It's actually not a problem now, because the bat hiding, right after it gets touched, eliminates the problem. It can't score more points because it hid after it scored the first point. So that's kind of cool. Check this out. What could I do with this wait, though? Well, I could wait 1 second and show. Check that out. Ooh. Come on, get that bat. 1,000, show. Ooh, shoot him. 1,000, show. And I hope this is kind of boring because he's always going back and forth. We'll make him move around randomly in a sec. But yeah, what about waiting not always 1 second, but something between 2 and 5? And now, one other question. Can I duplicate this bat without problems? Let's hit play. Oh gosh. Come on, where you at, buddy? Boom. My goal is to, I'm pretty sure this ball could go through all the bats at once and get me a lot of points if I was better at it. Yeah. So it could work its way through all of them. So that's one question. How can I make it so the ball can't cut a swath and kill all the bats? Well, when the ball kills a bat, which is this right here, touching basketball, that killed a bat, change the score, hide, whatever. You could broadcast a message to the basketball to hide itself. Okay, and then when would you show it? Well, yeah, I mean, this is unrealistic, right? When the ball is still sitting there at the end. If it is a basketball, that's realistic, but maybe at the end of its flight path, it should hide, right? Do I want to broadcast and send a... Well, we'll try it in a sec. Let's keep this cutting a swath. And I can duplicate the heck out of this bat. Okay, now, check this out. Oh, come on. I can get a swath. Oh, my basketball is hidden now and never shows. Man, that hide and show is the worst. So go to wizard. Should I show before or after I go to the wizard? Well, if I show before, it might show it for a split second before it goes to the wizard. So I need to show it after. Boom, I got 2 bats in one shot, okay? Now, if I choose to make a change to the bats, like what if I want to move random steps or point in a random direction between negative 180 and positive 180, all that stuff. Now I have to go to all the other bats and change that, right? I would have to copy it over or change the values, or I'd have to delete these bats and then duplicate them again. Can you think, and what if I wanted to have more than 1 basketball shooting? Right now, I don't think I'm going to do this, but if I wanted to have 3 basketballs shooting, boom, boom, sorry, I can't move those, boom. Right now, if they're copies, all 3 would just go on top of each other, right? You're like, hey, how could I do a triple shot? Well, basketball 1 will point up. Basketball 2 will point up and turn left a little bit. Basketball 3 will point up and turn right a little bit. And then they will all move steps because turning and steps are together. Changes X and Y to do diagonals a pain. You have to change X and Y at the same time to have it go diagonal. So this polar movement or angular movement is a lot easier than the X and Y movement when you're doing angles. Anyway, but what if I want to shoot boom, 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 3 basketballs? Well, we could put a wait there, right? We could say, hey, shoot the first basketball. Basketball 2, wait 1 second before you shoot. And basketball 3, wait 2 seconds. So it goes like this. I go boom, boom. And that's way too slow. Let's go 0.5 and 0.2. And now I got boom, 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 triple shot. And there's a little more further gap there because 0.5 is 0.1 seconds more. So 0.2, 0.4. There we go. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. So I got triple shot. If I wanted to be able to go space, 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 and choose when to shoot those 3 basketballs. Notice when I have 1 basketball, I'm going to delete these. When I had 1 basketball, I couldn't recall it and shoot again. It was in its flight path, and this forever move, where are you? Forever on the bat. This repeat movement was stronger than the space press. Like, it wouldn't let me recall the basketball and shoot it again. Could I do that a different way? Like, I don't know. I'm not sure. I think this might lock it up. But I'd have to, if I want to shoot like boom, 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 give myself 3 bullets, 3 basketballs, 3 projectiles, I'd have to make some kind of script, and I was planning on doing this, but I'm not as interested anymore. I'd have to make it, especially because we've been going for 15 minutes. I have to make a script with 3 basketballs and have a counter variable, a counter or shot, and when I shoot, the shot goes to 1, and that's the first basketball. And then when I hit spacebar again, it changes the counter by 1, the shooter by 1, and it shoots broadcast to shoot the second basketball. And then I would change the counter to 3 and shoot the third basketball the next time I shoot. And that way I could get 3 bullets, boom, 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 that I could kind of shoot in order. And then when I get to 3, the third basketball, I'd have to set the counter back to 1 or 0 to start shooting that first basketball again. Which doesn't sound fun to me. It sounds, well, it actually does sound fun to me, but I think it's going to be harder than it's worth. So can you think of a better way to make a lot of bats that, I'm sorry, one more thing. If you want to be able to shoot like a lot of basketballs, you'd have to duplicate the heck out of this, make 100 of them, right? And then some jerk is going to come along and want to shoot 101 basketballs, and you've only coded 100 basketballs. And you're going to be mad, they're going to be mad, everybody's going to be mad. Can you think of a better way to shoot lots of basketballs, like a machine gun basketball shooter? And can you think of a better way to have more bats that you don't have to copy all these scripts every time you want to make a new bat? I sure can. Yeah, it's George Lucas's Attack of the Clones. Okay, so let's go clone this stuff. I'm not going to clone the wizard, it would just make more good guys. Let's try to clone the basketball every time I push the space bar. Ooh, this is going to be good. So I'm going to duplicate it when the space bar is pressed. And you know what? Let's just say when the space bar is pressed, let's make a clone of the original basketball. Let's see if that works. I'm not sure if it will. Make a clone of myself. Ooh, that doubles the clones, huh? Ooh, okay. Harry, when the space bar is pressed, make a clone of. We saw that in the last video, right? That if the basketball clones itself, it'll make doubles every time. Make a clone of the basketball. Okay. And the basketball, its only job is to shoot, right? It doesn't do anything else. So every time I create a basketball, it should go to Harry. I don't call him Harry. He's the wizard. It looks more like Ron Weaselton. Weaseltown? Whatever. So when the space bar is pressed, no. When I start as a clone, when I'm created, do that flight stuff. And I don't think I need this space stuff anymore. Actually, it'll kind of wreck it. So let's hit start. Boom, boom. Oh, yeah. And I got up to 300 basketballs. Okay, that's good stuff. And now, let's go clone the heck out of these bats. Sorry, so let's throw the rest of this crap away and keep it organized. And I did that without a broadcast, right? This is kind of a broadcast, but when I'm created, do this. And you know, every time I'm starting to do all this, I'm getting excited for Python because all this stuff has analogous or similar things in Python. So okay, when the bat starts, do your movement. And is the bat? Yeah, the bat's moving random now, and he's moving jittery. He's moving random steps. Let's make this more obvious, somewhere between 1 and 100 steps, and you'll see he'll go. Look at the guy. No, that's all fast. 1 and 30. When he does low steps, he's going to move small amount. When he does big steps, like up to 30, he's going to go. Let's have him actually say how many steps he's taken. Oh, I can't say that unless I make it a variable. But anyway, he's kind of jittering around, which I don't like. Instead of doing a random thing here, we're going to give him a variable called speed in a second. We'll do that at the end. I think it's pretty cool, but let's save it for the end. Okay, move your random steps, bat, that's fine. Let's duplicate the bat. No, let's not duplicate the bat. Let's make some clones, right? So hey, bat, when I start, and how to make the clones appear. We know when we make more basketballs, it's when the spacebar is pressed. These clones, when do they appear? Well, every time a bat dies, probably. But what if you want to? Well, yeah. When else would you make more clones? I'll come back to that in a second. Okay. All clones will be if touching basketball die and change the score. And should they wait and come back? Sure. Let's have them try that for now. We might get rid of that. When should they start sensing the basketball? Well, when they start as a clone, right? When should they do this? When should they choose a direction and move random steps? Well, when they start as a clone. So the green flags are gone. When do I start these clones now? Well, that's the hard part. We don't want to create it here, create a clone of myself, right? Let's create it, I guess, on the wizard. I was kind of thinking the stage maybe, because that's kind of everybody's place, but let's put it on the wizard. And let's not say, let's do this. Every time I shoot, I'm going to make a new bat too. So this is kind of like Gandhi, Jesus stuff. And Yoda, when Luke wants to go in the cave and he says, Master, what's in there? Well, Yoda says, only what you take with you. And if you never shoot, then you'll never get more bats. But every time you shoot right now, you're adding more bats. And let's hold the space bar down. Fly, my pretties, fly! Oh, that's a lot of bats. This is good. Oh, you know what? These bats, they need to change costumes. When I start as a clone, flap your wings. Just so you know, there's 2 bat costumes, up, down, up, down. And we need a forever, at least until I die. Change costumes, next costume, right? Or choose the costumes. And then maybe if I do that, they might flap too fast, really flashy, kind of cool. But let's have them wait a teeny bit amount of time. What's something less than 1? Well, a decimal, 0.1 or something. I'm getting close to running out of time. We gotta hurry and finish this bad boy off. Okay, I'm digging this. Now the cool thing is I launched, tons of basketballs, and I will eventually get 300 bats, because remember, these bats don't disappear permanently. What do they do when they get shot? Well, they wait random seconds and then they show again. So every time I get another bat, even though I clean out a whole swath of them, and this is like Princess Leia when she says to Darth Vader, the more you tighten your grip, something about the star systems. I don't remember what she says, but I have no more clones left. I can't even make basketballs now because there's too many bats. There's 300 bats evidently, and yeah, that's a problem. Okay, so let's not make bats when I shoot. Let's try this. How about this? Remember that timer thing? Or points. We can have it points based. If points is greater than 10, then make another bat. Every time if it's greater than 20, make another bat. Stuff like that. But let's do this. The timer, let's turn it on. We won't reset it. We'll reset it once at the beginning, maybe. Oops. And if that timer is greater than, we'll put it up here. When the green flag is clicked, forever if timer is greater than. Let's go every 5 seconds. Okay, every 5 seconds, then create a clone of the bat. Okay, now if I do this, watch this. Reset it. No bats, no bats, no whammies. 2, 3. Look at the timer. 4, 5, and then every frame of scratch, the timer is greater than 5, and so it's making 300 bats again. You saying I could put a weight in there or something like that, and yeah, that's actually the best way to do this. Why am I using the timer at all? Wait 5 seconds, and then create a clone of bat. Okay, I was thinking I was going to reset the timer, which I could do, but why don't I just wait 5 seconds and create a clone of the bat? And then this will become a hard game. Okay, and there's better ways to do that. One way to do it would be to create a counter of bats, and only if the counter is less than 30 or 50 or 100 bats, whatever you're doing. Remember that we can, if, forever if touching bat, I'm going to make a race condition here, touching bat 2, hide that projectile. And now this is how I prevent shooting through all the bats, right? And this first bat needs to start off flying. So let's go back and put this on a green flag. Or maybe we just need to fire off a clone right at the beginning when the green flag is clicked. Create clone of myself. Okay, there we go. There we go. 1 bat, 2 bat. Ooh, goody. And now one other thing, you should probably make it so the wizard can move around the whole screen. So not just X's, but also Y's, up and down. Can move Y's if you want. Actually, it won't matter for this game. And check this out. I am getting my points. And the ball's not hiding. Okay. Why is that? Well, remember we talked about race conditions before? If I'm hitting it and the ball's not hiding, but the bat is hiding, then obviously, not obviously, it's kind of hard to see, but the scratch is sensing the bat touching the ball first, and it hides the bat, and it's too late to hide the ball because it's no longer touching the bat once the bat is hidden. Scratch doesn't check hidden things for scripts, okay? So right here, if touching bat to hide, oh, this isn't going to work either because we can't broadcast a message that says hide a certain bat because they're all clones. You know, unless we numbered every bat and, you know, sent a message, called a procedure and said hide this bat with this number. And that's all advanced stuff. So this is good for now. We've been going for a while, but I hope you see the power of clones. And now notice any change I want to make to the bat. If I want to change the bat's speed, like this, I just do it for my clone script, right? Like let's hit play again, and now they're all going faster. Okay. If I change this, every new clone will all point in the same direction, and basically they all inherit or receive the same scripts. Okay, and that's why the random, without random, they're all going to do the same thing. So that's why the random kind of makes it cooler. So anyway, hope you enjoyed this projectile starter, and we'll do some more fun stuff in the next unit. We'll see you then.